A very good morning to all of you. Students, today we will recap or summarize the whole chapter which we have done, that is life processes. In this chapter, you have read about 4 life processes. One is nutrition, second is respiration, third is transportation, and fourth is excretion. So one by one we will do the recap of all 4 life processes. Let us begin with the nutrition. In nutrition, you have read the 2 modes. One is autotrophic mode of nutrition and second is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In autotrophic mode of nutrition, the plants, the green plants, prepare their own food with the help of some raw material. And the raw material or the materials which are required for photosynthesis, which is performed by the green plants to produce food. So the raw materials are carbon dioxide, water, sunlight, and chlorophyll. You have read that plants absorb carbon dioxide through stomata from the leaves. They take the water from the soil, which is absorbed by the roots. Sunlight is trapped by the chlorophyll. They have chlorophyll in chloroplast. Now there are basically 3 events which are there during photosynthesis, which occur during photosynthesis. What are those basic events? One is absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. So the chlorophyll, which is green pigment, absorbs the light energy. Then the second step is light energy is converted into chemical energy, as well as there is splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen. Third is reduction of carbon dioxide into carbohydrates. So these are the 3 events which occur during photosynthesis. The other mode of nutrition is heterotrophic. Again, there are 3 types of heterotrophic mode. One is saprotrophic, second is parasitic, and third is holozoic mode of nutrition. This saprotrophic mode of nutrition is shown by fungus. And what happens in it? If you remember that these fungus, they depend on dead and decaying matter. In that, the dead and decaying matter is digested externally by the digestive enzymes secreted by the fungus, and then the nutrients are absorbed by the fungus in solution form. Means digestion is external. And parasitic mode of nutrition, what happens in this? Some plants or some organisms are totally dependent on the other living organisms for the nutrients. And the example of the parasitic plant is Cuscuta. Then is holozoic. Holozoic mode of nutrition is shown by amoeba as well as human beings. And what happens in holozoic mode of nutrition? Food is taken inside the body and the digestion of the food occurs inside the body. What happens in amoeba? All 5 steps of nutrition occur. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. All these steps occur in amoeba as well as in human beings also. You know the meanings of these steps. Ingestion is taking in food, digestion is breaking down, absorption means absorbed by the cells, assimilation means utilization of those nutrients, and egestion means removal of waste from the body. Now in human beings, there are two basic parts. One is the digestive glands, which play very important role in the digestion. And second is alimentary canal, which is the path through which food passes. So all these are the paths. They are the parts of that digestive tract or alimentary canal. Mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine and large intestine. In mouth, the role is played by saliva as well as teeth. Teeth help in physical breakdown of the food. And saliva, what happens? What is the function performed by saliva? That is the digestion of starch. It starts in the mouth only. And the starch is converted into maltose, sugar, a kind of sugar. Then esophagus, also called food pipe, passes the food from mouth to stomach. And stomach, there are three things which are released by stomach. One is hydrochloric acid. Second is digestive juices. And third is mucus. Now HCl, what is the role of HCl? It kills the microorganisms which enter into the stomach along with the food. Moreover, it makes the medium of the stomach acidic so that the enzymes can work well. Digestive juices, they have some enzymes which help in digestion of food. And mucus protects the inner lining of the stomach from HCl because it is acid. So the mucus, it you can say cover the inner lining of the stomach so that the action of HCl cannot damage the lining of the stomach. Then small intestine. It is the largest part of the alimentary canal, longest you can say. And small intestine, in small intestine the digestion is completed as well as food is or nutrients are absorbed also. Now there is one you can say important thing there in the small intestine, that herbivores have longer small intestine than the carnivores. And the reason is herbivores, they eat the plant products which are mainly rich in cellulose, and digestion of cellulose take long time. That is why the small intestine of herbivores is longer, whereas the carnivores, they do not have to digest the cellulose, so their small intestine is little bit smaller or shorter. Then large intestine. Some of the water and some salts are absorbed in the large intestine, and then the food, or you can say waste material, undigested food, is removed out from the last part of the alimentary canal, that is anus. Now the end products of the food, or you can say the nutrients, are carbohydrates are ultimately converted into glucose, proteins are ultimately converted into amino acids, and fats are ultimately converted into fatty acids and glycerols. Now coming to the glands, they are not included here in the alimentary canal because food doesn't pass through these glands, although they play an important role by releasing their secretions into the alimentary canal. So salivary gland, they release saliva in mouth. Liver secretes bile. You know, this bile is very important. It performs two main functions. One is the large fat globules are converted into smaller ones, and that is called emulsification of fats. Second function is it makes the medium alkaline. When the food is there in the stomach, the medium is acidic because of HCl. But when it comes into the small intestine, there the enzymes need alkaline medium. So that is made by the bile. And third is pancreas, which secrete pancreatic juices. They also help in complete digestion of all the three you can say nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Role of enzymes. There are three enzymes mainly. One is amylase, which work on carbohydrates, that is starch, lipase, which work on fats, and pepsin and trypsin, which work on proteins. So that is all the nutrition. Now coming to the respiration part.